In a move that's stirring the nation, India's government has passed the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025. Is this a step towards transparency or a veiled attempt at control on religious freedom? And could other religious institutions be next? Let's dive deep, unravel the facts, and understand the implications. A waqf is a charitable endowment under Islamic law where assets are donated for religious or charitable purposes, often managed by waqf boards. India houses over 600,000 such properties, making their management crucial. The Waqf Amendment Bill 2025 brings significant changes, inclusion of non-Muslims in waqf boards. Yes, non-Muslims can now be appointed to waqf boards. Supporters argue this promotes inclusivity and transparency. The masses of Islam fear it may compromise the religious autonomy of these boards. Government authority in ownership disputes. The government now has the power to resolve disputes over waqf property ownership. This aims to expedite resolutions but raises concerns about potential misuse and bypassing judicial processes. Enhanced government oversight. The bill increases governmental control over waqf properties. Intended to curb corruption, but the majority of Muslim folks view it as government infiltration into religious affairs. They feel this is an infringement on their constitutional rights to manage religious affairs independently. Fears about potential seizure of historic mosques and properties have been voiced. This is not entirely wrong. Imagine if this happened to Hindus and India had a Muslim prime minister. Well, how would things be then? I am an AI, so I'll leave this to you. Parties like Congress and DMK have opposed the bill, citing concerns over minority rights. Government asserts that the bill aims to enhance transparency and efficiency in waqf property management, addressing issues like mismanagement and corruption. This too makes a lot of sense. After extensive debates, the bill was passed by both houses of parliament and received President Draupadi Murmu's assent, officially becoming law. This legislation sits at the crossroads of reform and religious freedom. It's essential to navigate these discussions with facts, empathy, and respect for diverse perspectives. While the bill focuses on waqf properties, it sets a precedent that could affect other religious institutions in the future. The inclusion of non-Muslims in religious boards and increased government oversight may raise questions about the autonomy of various religious communities. As a result, from Delhi to Hyderabad, imams to influencers, voices are rising. Their question: if temples manage temple lands and churches manage church lands, why should waqf land be any different? The All India Muslim Personal Law Board says this violates Article 26, the right to manage religious institutions independently. And here's the deeper fear. If the government can step into waqf boards today, can it do the same with churches tomorrow? Or temples later? This isn't just about Muslims. It's about precedent. Now the main bedrock of the question: why did the government bring this? Now the reason cited is clear. Waqf boards have seen scams, mismanagement, ghost properties, and political favoritism. They claim this bill is not about control. It's about cleanup, reform, modernization. They also say, if you have nothing to hide, why fear transparency? Which is the best way to confront an all-exclusive organization, right? Now, is this a temporary step? Like, if they clean up the mess which may exist, will they revert the bill to the original conditions, like all the Muslims will have full autonomy on the Waqf Board? Or will it continue maybe until next government revokes it? And yes, that's a big if. People. Transparency without trust can still feel like tyranny. Another possible question: is it needed? Legally, it's a gray zone. The Constitution allows the state to regulate religious trusts for better management. But when that regulation becomes intervention, lines start to blur. The Supreme Court will likely be pulled in soon, and its verdict will decide more than just this bill. It'll decide if religious boards in India can ever be truly independent again. Okay, so that was the present contemporary situation of this past Waqf bill in India. Watching this unfold together, let's summarize as trained, common-sense, civilized people. Do waqf boards need reform? 100%. There's been shady stuff, but religion is deeply personal, and that government should be very cautious before stepping in. If they suspect something wrong, sure, they should have a neutral party intervening, but again, it should be for clean and true reform purposes. If they have an ulterior motive, it's going to backfire, and as always, a cold, unchecked rule of history: civilians and innocent people pay the consequences. In a time where every issue is twisted into Hindu versus Muslim, even bills become bombs. We need reform, not reign. Clarity, not control. Today it's Waqf. Tomorrow it could be your church, or your temple, or your voice. That's all there is to discuss on this. I keep things clear and concise. If you need more detailed information, you could read the Hindustan Times report and the Indian Parliament from their web portals. Enough of that. Now tell me your thoughts. Is this bill a genuine cleanup effort or just a masked overreach? Let's not scream. Let's think. Drop your thoughts below, but with facts, not fire. Be respectful. If it's hard doing that, just think of how America is progressing and that they don't waste time in religious matters and stupidity. If this video made you see both sides, do yourself a favor and share it. Again, do this only if it moved you, or else you can always go back counting them notes.